Shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother Dawud from GMS Tampa Bay 07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki. I'm pushing this truth with sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. All right, we're going to jump into this here quick lesson dealing with, like Satan, you know, who the devil is, all right? The devil, Satan, and Esau being Satan, you know? And you know how we pretty much all grew up, you know, whether you were a so-called Christian or not, you know? Everybody pretty much has this this idea, you know, of this character, Satan, you know? You know, the red guy with the horns and the pitchforks and so on and so forth, you know? And, you know, a lot of the things in the Bible, the so-called white man likes to, turn it into a fairy tale. You know, he put it in your face so much with, you know, bullshit attached to it that you tend to believe that it's just some bullshit, you know, like witches and wizards and things like that, you know. And, you know, so, you know, when you look at witches and wizards, you know, we all grew up watching witches and wizards, you know. We used to watch like Mickey Mouse and stuff like that, you know. And then all of that, you know, you would see the witch with the little witch's brew and so on and so forth, you know. And so when you see certain things like, I believe it's the Walgreens sign, you know, you see the little witch's brew from IKEA, you know what I'm saying? It don't even relate to you that, oh shit, that's what the hell it is. That this shit is actually real, you know? And it's like this, but because of the way they portray it, you think of it as fake, you know? And as well with like what Esau is going through right now, whereas he's trying to wake up you peons here in America to UFOs and so-called aliens, you know? And it's kind of not to say it's a hard thing for him to break to the masses because, you know, I mean, he could just let you know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you people will believe him. But for the majority of his time, he's been showing you little gray aliens, ET movies and shit like that. So whenever you talk about it or you try to bring it up, you know, you just think that, oh man, you watch too many movies, you know? Oh, you believe in those fairy tales, you know? Oh, you believe in this, you believe in that because, you know, the things that were actually written in the scriptures, you know, like I said, he likes to try to hide behind those things. And, you know, and like they say, the best place to hide an elephant is right there in the room, you know, right in the midst of all the people. It'll be so big and so close upon them, they won't be able to see it, you know. And this is how, you know, like I said, Esau likes to do a lot of the things, a lot of the real deep things of the scriptures that, you know, not to say deep, but the things that if you was to see these things, you would just automatically scratch your head and you would know some shit was something wasn't going right, you know? And so, you know, one of the other things that he likes to do, like with the aliens and with the angels, you know, how he portrays them as aliens and stuff like that, and the UFOs and other things like that is also the devil, you know? The devil and Satan, you know, he has that, you know, that idea and also hell, you know? He gives you the idea, you know, maybe your first time seeing him, he was like a cartoon character or something like that, you know, you laugh at him. You know, there was a movie, what was that movie? South Park. Yeah, there was a South Park movie years back, you know, and I don't even know if this shit is still on TV or if this character is even still on there, you know, but they used to have a character on there, basically he was the devil, you know, red with the horns and stuff like that, and the little thing was he was like some soft, basically, he was a soft homosexual, you know, just like how Esau is. And he was having sex with, well, Saddam Hussein was always having sex with him, you know, and so on and so forth, you know. But again, this is how Esau, you know, when you see these things, you sit there, laugh at it, joke at it, blah, 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 blah. But if somebody was trying to convince you about that, you know, you sitting down watching South Park and you laughing at this shit and somebody come sit down and try to get deep with you like, yo, man, this damn devil fucking with me, so on and so forth, you know, trying to be serious with somebody. And they be like, man, you watch too much TV, you know, you believe in this bullshit, man. It's just jokes, man. You know, so again, they hide that elephant right there in front of you, you know, but in all actuality, you know, and all right, so put it this way, in the scriptures, you know, they go into a couple of these, we'll put it this way, a couple of these so-called characters. All right. You have like a spiritual being, more or less like how you would think of as like an angel or a demon type, you know. And really, they're all the same things, you know. There's no difference between an angel and a demon, except for pretty much what their job is, what side of the fence they on, the left-hand side or the right-hand side. The Most High controls them both, you know. There's no angels in rebellion of the Most High, for one, you know. But nevertheless, you know, there would be a actual being, like how would you say, entity, a spiritual entity who is known as basically the devil, which is, like when you read in the book of Job, we'll get it. Shit, we right here anyway. Here's an account right here. Let me see, right here. This is Job 1:6. There was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou, Satan? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, From going to and fro in the earth and walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Does Job fear Yahweh for nothing? Let me see. It says, So basically here, for one, they, you see that it said the sons of the Most High. Okay, the angels came to present themselves, and Satan came also. And actually, the Most High, you can envision this is the throne room right there. All right, they all coming in to present themselves to the Most High. All right, and this the spiritual entity, Satan. All right, it was also present. All right, and how do you know that this isn't talking about actual people, which we're gonna get into later on about actual people? Is that when you read through here, it's basically they're making a deal. The Most High and Satan. The Most High is like, look, man, you considered my servant Job. There's none like him. He's upright and everything, so on and so forth. Satan is like, yeah, because you bless him, that's the only reason he, do what he do and how he do it. But if you take away his blessings, then he ain't gonna, reverence you no more or less to say, And so the Most High was like, all right, well, go ahead. Verse 11, it says, but put forth, let me read verse 10, verse 9. Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Does Job fear Yahweh for naught? Hast thou made an hedge about him and about his house and all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hand and his substance and his increase in his land. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he has is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from Yahweh in the presence of Yahweh. Okay. And so it says, verse 13, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, saying, The oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am escaped to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, The fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven and hath burnt up the sheep, and the servants are consumed, and only I am alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came another and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, and yet the slain of the servant and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and only I am to escape. Okay. And then they go into, there was another one, that came. So basically, as you read here, you put it in context all that we just read here. This isn't the main topic here, but, that's why I was just jumping through this. But if you read this whole chapter, right, and you go into the first couple chapters of Job, what you'll understand is that this is not talking about a man here, all right? So you had the Most High, the angels came into to see the Most High, and Satan came with him, all right? And so for people who think, okay, well, it says the sons of the Most High, okay? These might have been men, so on and so forth. Okay, well, the Most High said, all right, well, go ahead and basically you can fuck with Job, just don't kill him, So when we was reading about the hell that Job was catching down here, it says basically his the kids was eating and the house fell down on him. His how do you say his property, his animals of plowing and working, they was all taken away. His servants was all taken away. All his shit was getting ran through. All right. Then it was also talking about the fire of heaven came from out of heaven and burned up his sheeps, and his servants. All right. So which one of these situations was there that one man that was over there talking to the Most High that did this? All right. There wasn't a man. There was all kind of different calamities, like the house falling upon him had nothing to do with a man. All right. The fire falling from heaven had nothing to do with a man. All right. These are all so-called, this is like a spiritual attack from Satan. All right. He was spiritually being attacked from Satan. All right. That's how you can prove that, that's actually talking about a spiritual entity. All right. Now, what we're going to get on in the other 2 topics, or the other two so-called entities of how they would classify this character, you know, in layman's terms. People say the devil, Satan, you know, it's the same thing, you know. But and Lucifer. Okay, now quickly to get on Lucifer. Lucifer means the light bearer. Okay, and now the light is more or less, for example, you in a damn dark ass room or dark ass forest or dark whatever, and you got a lantern, right? And you got like 10 people following you. All right, the reason they following you is because you got the light. What does the light mean in the darkness? You can guide them. All right, so if you got the light, you got the guidance. What's the guidance? The information, the knowledge. All right, the knowledge to guide everybody else. All right, and now who has the knowledge nowadays, and who's guiding everybody nowadays? All right, okay, it's the so-called elites, the Rothschilds. What do they call themselves? The Illuminati, the enlightened ones. All right, that's the light bearers, Lucifer. All right, and these people, that's what that means. All right, so now once we get into the kingdom of heaven, it's going to switch up, and we're going to basically be the light bearers. All right, and we coming into this time now. This is why we getting all this information now. The Most High said he would take the basically the knowledge out of Teman, you know. Let me see if I can remember what that said real quick. You know, we kind of go on jumping around a little bit, but right here it says, Obadiah 1:8, shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau. Okay, so this is the so-called Illuminati being destroyed and taken out in that day. All right, and that light is being changed. That lantern is being taken away from out of their hands and is being put in our hands. All right, so when you go back up to, I think, verse 6, yeah, how are the things of Esau sought out, and how are the hidden things sought up, searched out and sought up? All right, because he was on top. He had all the knowledge, even the knowledge of how to conceal certain things. All right, but through the power and the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah B'Hashem Rakah Kadash, that light's being passed on to us. All right, so you know what I'm saying? Just go on with the spirit now, because this isn't even on, you know, what I had written down, but go on with the spirit here. This is the book of John chapter 3, verse hell, we'll just read it the way the Christians like to read it. All right. So speaking about that light, all right, this is John 3:16. It says, for Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. All right. And a deeper meaning of all that, first of all, it's talking about the Israelites believing on Yahweh Shah. All right. And to get the context of that is the valley of dry bones, Ezekiel 37. All right. Paint a picture with that. We them very dry ass bones with no life. Or as a different parable, we in a dark ass room with no light. We can't find shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. But the Most High sent his son into the world. All right. And we're going to get that. All right. It says John 3:17, for Yahweh sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Talking about the world of Israel. All right. He didn't send Yahweh Shah into the world to fucking kill us off in the darkness. Nah, he sent them into the world to shine that light and to guide us out of the darkness. All right. Because in the darkness, we keep stumbling and falling and fucking up, you know. This is verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned. All right. So if you believe that Yahushua came in the room with the damn light on to help your ass up out the room, and you ain't trying to fight with him and be contrary to him, that was your salvation. You know, look, hey, bro, I came to guide you. You was lost. We heard your SOS. We came out here to save your ass. All right. It says he that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he believed not in the name of the only begotten son. Yeah. So basically, you know, for another analogy, all right, you on a goddamn Titanic, the Titanic sinking and shit, right? And you know, all the lifeboats is gone and shit, but now you done found a little piece of wood to float up on or whatever, and you shivering cold in the damn water, and all of a sudden the ship roll up on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But you over here screaming like terrorists, they throwing floaties out at you and every damn thing, you know? They be like, come on, we trying to save you, trying to help you. Come, hey, you need some help. We sending people out into the freezing cold ass water. Like, we on the boat warm and everything. We dry. The fuck? We jumping off the boat to save your ass, but you over here accusing us of killing you. All right? This is the condemnation. Like, bro, we trying to save you, not trying to kill you. What is your problem? You love the water that's killing you, the water you freezing in, the water you dying and drowning in, you know? You love that, but that's the death. We came here to save you, you know? Your boat's sunk already, but you still in that confusion, you know? It says, verse 19, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. All right, and that was the point that I wanted to get, that it says that light is coming to the world, and while I was reading in Obadiah, that he was going to cut off the knowledge and understanding of Edom, or basically Esau, taking the light away from the Edomites, the Rothschilds, okay, the elites, all right, and he's going to give them to who? The elites of Israel, all right, the true nation of Israel, the elect, 144,000, all right. That's how that light is being transferred over, all right. It said that the light was coming into the world, all right, that basically the world of Israel wouldn't utterly be destroyed and wasted, cleaving on to Esau, all right. That some of these was going to wake up to this here light, and they was going to come, they was going to, how do I say, become a guidance, they was going to guide the world out of their wickedness, through them, they said, basically let your light shine, let me see. This is, John chapter 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, and the Word was Yahweh. I'll read it how it's written. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the same was in the beginning with God. And all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. All right. And so, let me read verse 3 again. All things were made by him, and without him were not anything made that was made. All right. Still speaking on the light, how I was saying that, the light was being transferred from these damn Edomites, the Rothschilds. All right. Until basically Yahushua on down. He already got the light because he was the light that was sent back into the world. But, this is going to be the new rulership, and, the new Illuminati, more or less to say, the new enlightened ones. All right. It's again, going back into that word Lucifer. That's not necessarily a word of Lucifer. Isn't even a word of a so-called a bad person. That's not how you was like, oh, you Lucifer. Actually, that would be a good term to call somebody. That would just mean that they smart. Like in today's terms, you'd be like, oh, you a bright individual. You real smart. Oh, you bright. In the cartoons, when somebody get an idea or they got something, that you see a little light bulb pop up, bing. Now the light is shining, that's not even a bad term to, like, if you was to call somebody, oh, you Lucifer. Okay, well, you just calling me, smart, intelligent, wise, or something like that, But it says in the verse 4, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. All right. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. All right. So going back to John 3:16. All right. Yahushua was sent into the world, basically not to condemn the world, but to bring the world of Israel out of their darkness. All right. To wake us up, put that spirit back upon us. All right. And it says, in him was the life. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. All right. So when you read in Ezekiel, starting at verse Ezekiel chapter 2, going into chapter 3, and pairing that with Ezekiel 37. All right. And then really you compare that with Ezekiel 4:9. All right. All of that is really speaking about the same thing, where at first Ezekiel had to, what does thou seest? Eat what thou seest. Eat this, is going to be good in your mouth and bitter in your belly. You're going to eat this whole roll. What is this roll? It's filled with lamentations, mourning, and woe. These scriptures, the understanding of these scriptures, all right? And from there, you're going to go out to the highways and the byways and sign and cry for all the abominations thereof. And then on the flip side of that, you're going to wake up the children of Israel, put these two sticks together, okay? One from Ephraim and his companions, and one for Judah and his companions, all right? There should be one stick in your hand. You're going to go and tell my people their transgression. Tell the wicked to turn from his wickedness, all right? You're going to go out there and tell my people these things, all right? You're going to wind up, waking up the children of Israel, all right? By what? By that knowledge, that light that Yahweh through Yahushua, by Hashem Rakah Kadash, all right? The Holy Spirit that he, when he said, look, I got to go so that the Holy Spirit might come dwell with you, all right? The Comforter, all right? That's what comforted us. And so you in a dark ass room, what's going to, when kids are scared of the dark, right? What the hell's going to comfort that kid in the darkness? That light. What is that light? That guidance that's showing you around. And what is showing us around in this dark ass place where everything is all defiled with this damn devil? All right. These scriptures. All right. It says, and again, this is that, like when you go back, like I was saying in Ezekiel 37, okay, he prophesied to the bones came together. Then he blew that breath upon him, just like in the beginning, blew that breath into him, and man became a living spirit. All right. Basically, you know, that's the life. All right. It says in him, in Yahushua. All right. The spirit Yahweh Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakah Kadash. All right. The light shineth in darkness. Oh, let me go back to verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. All right. And the light shineth in darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. All right. So you like, just imagine you in a little room. Let's say you in a little room the size of a damn bathroom stall, you know, like a regular bathroom stall out in public somewhere, right? And this room is completely sealed off, and it's pure black in there, pure darkness, right? All right. Now, all of a sudden, you got the super bright lighthouse light that just shine off in that bitch, you know? It's so bright. It's like, yo, the darkness comprehended it not. There's not even a crack or a crevice with no shadow or nothing in there. There's no shadow at all because it's just so much light. All right. So it's the same thing. Like, yo, man, how do I say, like the scriptures say, these are those virgins that weren't defiled, you know, with strong drink, you know. This is all they know. This is their whole life, you know. They drank from the rivers of living water. All right. It says, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Why? Because in the darkness you can't see your way around. You can't guide yourself. You lost. If you trying to go somewhere, right? Let's say you're going on a trip somewhere, and you don't got GPS, you ain't got no map, you ain't got no directions, you ain't never been there before. All right. And somebody tell you somewhere to go, blah, 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 but you misguided. All right. Or you lost. When you lost and all that, you don't know what the hell, what's going on. You know, you like, all right, we're going to drive for another 30 minutes, but little do you know you're driving 30 minutes in the wrong direction. All right. Or, you know, you just lost it. You just lost on the road, more or less to say. All right. And that's the people without the light. That's how the so-called Rothschilds are able to rule right now, because they have all the wisdom and the knowledge. All right. But again, at the same time, Yahushua came into the world not to condemn the world of Israel. All right. Not to condemn us for all our sins, but basically to wake up the elect, bring them back on in. And then the elect going to wind up ruling over everybody else. They're going to get the light here. They already getting the light, but they're going to have this light that ain't going to be able to be put out. All right. It says, verse 4 again, in him was the life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from Yahweh whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. Okay. So, again, through all, you know, all, how do I say, well, I'll put it the way this is, that all men through him might believe. All right. So all the men, again, imagine you walking in a dark ass forest, right? Basically, everybody lost, can't get nowhere, you know, in the forest. We all lost, scrambling, trying to figure it out. Oh my gosh, we lost. You know what I'm saying? But once somebody got this here lantern and the map, know how to get where they got to go. All right. And so what happened is we just stumbled across this one guy with the lantern and the map. You know what I'm saying? And we all stopped panicking. We all fall in line, single file line, following after him. Why? Because he got the light. He know where to go. Hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. You know, we're going to follow you because we lost. We don't know what to do. All right. Same how we was in this world. We was lost. All right. And then we heard, my sheep will hear my voice. We heard that voice. We started to follow. All right. And it says, that all men through him might believe. All right. First of all, that first dude who was walking through the woods with the light, boom. Now we all following them, because why? We all trying to get up out of here. We all trying to get to where, again, we all lost. We don't know where the hell we going. All right. But you got the light in the map. We know that, you know where you going. We trying to get the hell up out the woods. We finna follow you. All right. And it says, and then in the same analogy, not only that, he's like, look, bro, I got the map, I got the lantern, I can help y'all out. Not only that, I know it's more of y'all out there lost. I'm gonna give y'all the lanterns, and y'all gonna go back out in the woods with the maps, and y'all gonna go find the rest of them. All right, being the enlightened ones, you'll know how to rule over people, or you'll know how to guide people, because why? You got the map and you got the lantern, which is the shit that you need when you in like how I say, a dark ass forest and shit. With no guidance, you know what I'm saying? This is a picture or an analogy I'm trying to make as far as how the elites ruling over the world. All right, how do the elites got to think about, all right, if we want all the masses to do this, what do we got to do? You know, you got to be on some kind of fucking level to be able to persuade and mind control a whole fucking planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, hey man, what they doing ain't no little simple ass job, man. You know, the majority of the people on the planet Earth can't even think the way these people think. These people think in 100-year plans, you know, 50-year plans, 200, 300-year plans, man. They know how to sway and persuade the movement of the planet and things on the planet. They know how to propagandize. They know about mind control and stuff like that, all right? So these people, again, they're the one, they have the light now. They already know how to guide and rule over the people on the planet Earth, all right? But as you see, in how do I say, in the times that we're living in now, you have a bunch of, I'm going to use this for an example, not an example, but I'm going to use the wording that Esau or the regular world would say about us. You got a bunch of young ass dumb niggas, illiterate, not to say illiterate, but educated in the Bible type niggas that used to do all kind of crazy shit that's now getting this here light. This is getting all the knowledge, you know? We was all fucked up in the world doing all kind of crazy shit, doing everything backwards, you know? Sleeping around with all kind of women, different people's, different men's, women and stuff like that. Whatever we was doing in our past life, right? We was in the darkness, right? We was all fitted on a path for death and destruction, all right? We was all in the darkness. But what? We seen that man coming with that lantern in the map, and we was wise enough to be like, yo, bring, hold up, bro, cause we lost. You know what I'm saying? And we got enough common sense to see that you got a light in the map. You know what I'm saying? We don't quite know who you are, but let us walk with you for a little minute and we'll, you know, we can get to know each other a little bit, you know? Then once we got to know you a little bit, then you gave us the lantern. Now we going back to go say the other ones. All right? And so, you know, that's how, you know, like the scripture say right here, it says, the same came for a witness to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. All right? He was not the light, but was sent to bear witness of the light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. All right. You know, it's still speaking of Yahushua. Yeah. But nevertheless, actually, I'm gonna actually do my other video. The video that this was gonna be in a different video because, like I said, hey man, I just rolled with the spirit on this one. Got from one precept to another precept to another precept, and now we got a whole video. You know, didn't mean for this video to just be on, you know, the enlightened ones or Lucifer, you know, in the scriptures. But, you know, I guess I'll do another video as far as, you know, dealing with the actual, the one that we talk about as the devil, you know, the actual humanly counterpart of the devil. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying. Until next time, I say, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push in this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Stay strong. Shalom.